Hello, I'm Essay, your AI essayist. Please note that all content, audio and video in this presentation are AI generated. As AI can sometimes produce inaccuracies, I encourage you to verify any factual information presented. With that in mind, let's begin.
In the annals of mathematical thought, few endeavours stand as profoundly influential as the rigorous establishment of the number concept. This intellectual pursuit reached a pivotal moment in 1879 with Julius Wilhelm Richard Dedekind's groundbreaking work, What Should Be the Numbers? Dedekind's treatise did more than simply reiterate existing numerical understanding. It sought to dismantle the prevailing reliance on intuitive notions and establish a purely arithmetic foundation for the natural numbers, an ambition driven by a burgeoning crisis of rigor within 19th century mathematics. The late 19th century witnessed a period of intense scrutiny directed at the foundations of calculus and analysis, the edifice of mathematical analysis, built upon the seemingly solid bedrock of Newtonian calculus, began to exhibit cracks. The intuitive geometric arguments and reliance on infinitesimals, once considered acceptable, came under increased questioning. Mathematicians sought to replace these shaky foundations with a more secure, logically consistent framework. The challenge lay in defining fundamental mathematical objects, such as numbers, without recourse to geometric intuition or any form of empirical observation. Dedekind aimed to provide this logical bedrock, liberating number theory from reliance on visualizable quantities. Existing understandings of numbers, often rooted in geometric representations such as points on a line, proved inadequate for the level of precision demanded by the evolving mathematical landscape. These intuitive concepts lacked the necessary rigor to serve as the basis for more advanced mathematical structures. The spectre of inconsistencies and paradoxes loomed large, threatening to undermine the entire field. Dedekind conceived of the essence of numbers residing not in their inherent nature as tangible entities, but rather in their order, their relationships, and the structural characteristics of the sets they constitute. He posited the existence of numbers as objects of pure thought, entirely distinct from empirical reality. Dedekind set himself a formidable task to forge a logically impregnable definition of natural numbers grounded solely in the principles of set theory, entirely divorced from geometric or intuitive crutches. His solution rested on the concept of Dedekind-infinite sets. This involved the recursive definition of natural numbers based on what is known as the successor function, along with the articulation of axioms that would later be formalized by Peano. In essence, Dedekind demonstrated that the entire system of natural numbers could be constructed from the barest of logical primitives. Consider the number 1, the cornerstone of the numerical edifice. In Dedekind's framework, 1 is defined as the successor of 0. This successor function, applied iteratively, generates the entire sequence of natural numbers. 2 is the successor of 1, 3 the successor of 2, and so on, ad infinitum. This seemingly simple process, rooted in set theory, provides a logically sound and complete foundation for the natural numbers, free from any reliance on external intuition. It is a process of pure logical construction. Dedekind's work did not emerge in a vacuum. The contributions of Cantor to set theory played a crucial role in shaping his thinking. Cantor's exploration of infinite sets and their properties provided the conceptual tools necessary for Dedekind to define infinity in a purely arithmetic way. Also influential were Johann Peter Gustav Lejeune Dirichlet, under whom Dedekind studied, and Carl Friedrich Gauss. Gauss' profound explorations in number theory established a framework for rigorous investigation that Dedekind sought to extend and formalize. The immediate impact of Dedekind's What Should Be the Numbers was profound. It played a crucial role in formalizing set theory, transforming it from a collection of intuitive ideas into a rigorous mathematical discipline. Furthermore, its influence on the development of mathematical logic was immense, providing a solid foundation for the work of mathematicians and logicians who sought to formalize mathematical reasoning. Peano drew heavily upon Dedekind's work in formulating his famous axioms for arithmetic, solidifying the logical basis for number theory. While Dedekind's work provided a solid foundation for real numbers, it faced subsequent scrutiny. Alternative approaches to defining real numbers, such as Cantor's use of Cauchy sequences, offered different perspectives on the nature of the continuum. Dedekind's meticulous approach and rigorous definitions also laid the groundwork for the rise of mathematical induction as a powerful proof technique. The principle of mathematical induction, a cornerstone of modern mathematical reasoning, flows naturally from Dedekind's axiomatic treatment of the natural number. The influence of What Should Be the Numbers reverberates still today. Its enduring significance lies in establishing number theory on the firm base of set theory, a foundation that ultimately rests on the principles of logic. This achievement has had profound implications for all areas of mathematics, particularly for the development of computer science. The formalization of mathematical concepts is necessary for the development of automated theorem provers and formal verification systems, tools that are becoming increasingly important in ensuring the reliability and correctness of software and hardware systems. In 1879, Julius Wilhelm Richard Dedekind published his seminal treatise, What Are and What Should Be the Numbers, a work that irrevocably shaped our understanding of the number concept. Prior to Dedekind, the real numbers, though used extensively, lacked a rigorous foundation. Mathematicians often relied on geometric intuition to define real numbers. This created logical inconsistencies and raised fundamental questions about their nature. Dedekind sought to provide a logically sound definition. He achieved this by constructing the real numbers from more basic, well-defined mathematical objects, the rational number. The core of Dedekind's approach resides in the concept of a Dedekind cut. A Dedekind cut is a partition of the set of rational numbers into two non-empty subsets, which he denoted as A and B. Every element in A is less than every element in B, has no greatest element. Dedekind defined a real number as a Dedekind cut. The cut precisely defines the number. If a rational number k belongs to the set A, it represents that k is less than the real number defined by the cut. If a rational number k belongs to B, it represents that k is greater than this real number. Consider, for example, the Dedekind cut corresponding to the square root of 2. The set A consists of all rational numbers whose squares are less than 2, and all negative rational numbers. The set B contains all rational numbers whose squares are greater than 2. This cut uniquely defines the square root of 2, a number that, at the time, presented significant foundational challenges. The irrational numbers, those numbers that could not be expressed as a ratio of two integers, became rigorously definable. Dedekind's method thereby bridged a critical gap. Dedekind's construction of the real numbers using Dedekind cuts provided a powerful tool for proving the completeness of the real number system. Completeness ensures that there are no gaps in the real number line. Every Cauchy sequence of real numbers converges to a real number. Dedekind demonstrated that every Dedekind cut defines a unique real number, and conversely, that every real number can be represented by a unique Dedekind cut. This directly implied the completeness of the real numbers. He meticulously demonstrated how operations between real numbers, such as addition and multiplication, could be consistently defined using the cuts. This framework provided a solid foundation for calculus and real analysis. These crucial developments allowed these fields to move past the limitations of intuitive, geometric approaches. What are and what should be the numbers exerted considerable influence. Its impact propelled the development of axiomatic set theory. Dedekind's precise definitions and rigorous methods helped to clarify the foundational concepts of mathematics. His work served as a precursor for later developments in axiomatic set theory. It laid the groundwork for efforts to resolve the paradoxes that emerged in early set theory. These paradoxes, like Russell's paradox, highlighted the need for a rigorous, axiomatic approach to set theory. Dedekind's work, with its meticulous construction of the real numbers from sets, provided a template for this approach. Dedekind's work also greatly influenced Giuseppe Peano, whose axioms for arithmetic built upon Dedekind's insights. Peano's axioms, which defined the natural numbers using basic properties such as zero, the successor function, and the principle of mathematical induction, provided a formal and rigorous basis for arithmetic. These axioms, in turn, were pivotal in the development of formal logic. They established a framework for expressing mathematical statements in a precise, symbolic language. They further allow for the formalization of mathematical proofs. The foundational questions that drove Dedekind remain. His work contributed significantly to ongoing debates about the nature of mathematics. These debates include logicism, formalism, and intuitionism. Logicism aims to reduce mathematics to logic. Formalism seeks to ground mathematics in formal systems. Intuitionism emphasizes the constructive nature of mathematical objects. Dedekind's work, with its emphasis on rigorous definitions and logical consistency, offered a significant contribution to these discussions. David Hilbert's program, which sought to formalize all of mathematics within a consistent axiomatic system, drew inspiration from Dedekind's approach. Gödel's incompleteness theorems, however, later demonstrated inherent limitations of formal systems. This does not diminish Dedekind's achievement, but rather places his work within a broader landscape. The applications of Dedekind's ideas extend beyond the realm of pure mathematics and reach into computer science. His meticulous axiomatic approach is reflected in the development of ordered fields and the construction of number systems. Dedekind's contribution is vital in the formal methods and automated theorem proving that underpin much of modern computing. His axiomatic framework is necessary for ensuring the reliability and correctness of software and hardware. Furthermore, Dedekind's concepts played a significant role in the development of abstract algebra, particularly in the work of mathematician Emil Noether.
We really appreciate you tuning into this AI-powered presentation. Our goal is to push the boundaries of AI in content creation, and your input is invaluable. If there's a particular subject you'd like to see us tackle next, or if you have suggestions on how we could fine-tune our AI's creative prompts, please don't hesitate to leave your ideas in the comments section. We're excited to bring you more unique content very soon.